everybody, it's Vegas Ride Along. Today is Saturday. It is 9:51 a.m. I got an offer from Uber Eats to go to PetSmart and shop for one item, 3 units. I'm going to be getting $11.83 for 6 miles. The goal today is to drive up to 15 miles, no more than 15 miles. Try to make about 20 bucks. I had my iced coffee this morning to caffeinate up to get going on today, and I'm kind of on fumes. I woke up this morning at about 12 o'clock in the morning. I think I got about 4 hours of sleep. Something wrong with my downstairs air conditioner, and it's not cooling very well, so I was worried about what it's going to cost to fix it. You know, air conditioner people, you never know what they're going to charge you. It's always a mystery. My thoughts are that it's going to either be the solenoid that needs to be replaced, which I think is just some fuse, which is like some $50 part, but they charge a lot of money to replace it for service charge. And then if it's not that, it needs more Freon, which I doubt it's that. So I think it's going to be one of those two things. And it's not like it's not working at all, because it is working, but it's not getting as cold as it normally would. So the air conditioning upstairs is ice cold, like a refrigerator trying to compensate. And then the system downstairs is cool, but it's not ice cold to balance it out, you know, to make the temperature normal. So I'm having a problem where they're out of balance. So things are freezing upstairs, and then they're kind of like room temperature downstairs. I put in these units in 2016. So it's been 10 years now that I've had these AC units running, and I guess they're supposed to last anywhere from 10 to 15 years before they need to be repaired or replaced, or I don't know what. And as I recall, when I got them replaced in 2016, it cost I think it cost like $15,000 to replace them, and then when you do it, you also have to replace the heating unit. So the whole central AC system gets swapped out. So I'm hoping it's not anything severe like that. I doubt it, because the original AC system that they put in, that lasted 18 years. So this is a higher end system I put in, so it's got to be repairable. What am I shopping for? I hope it's not cat litter. I bet you it is. Why would you pay this much money for 3 items of something? Purina Tidy Cats Breeze Extra Strength Zeolite Litter Pellets Active Clean Scented Refill Pack, 7 pounds. So 21 pounds of cat pellets. That's not too bad. That's better than that sand cat litter, that's for sure. There was an add-on that came in to also pick up 1 item, 1 unit for somebody at PetSmart, but they only wanted to pay me an additional $2.90 for an additional 0.3 miles. So I declined that one. So right now we still just have this one order I've just got to complete to get this $11 and change. I'm also getting eaten up by bugs. There's these no-see-em bugs. They're invisible. You can't see them. And you can't even feel it when they bite you or land on you. At least I can't. And so right now I'm covered in about 20 different bites from these no-see-em insects. And I have bug repellent, and I really should have started using it sooner. But now it's too late. I've got these bug bites all over me. I've been putting an ice pack on them to stop the itching. And now whenever I go out in the morning to walk the dog, I just spray my clothes with the bug repellent, because I don't want any of those chemicals on my skin. Temperature right now at 9:58 in the morning is 105 degrees. So it is really hot. High today is supposed to be, I think, 115, 117, something. I'm sure it's going to hit 120 just based on how hot it is already this early in the morning. I'm going to try to park close to the entrance to PetSmart, but it doesn't look like there's any parking available really close.
Wow, he lucked out. That was the last 3 they had. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
Everything went fine. There was this leaf blower guy that doesn't realize when people are walking by. He just tried to do it to this one. He did the same thing to this lady that he almost did to me, where he blows all the filth into a person's face while they're trying to get to the stores. And he must not have any peripheral vision or something. So I was standing behind him because I could tell he had no idea I was there. And then I waited for him to turn around to see me. And when he saw me, he yelled something at me. I don't know what the heck he said. And then I just went in and got that cat litter. And fortunately, they had all 3 bags the customer wanted. And I got the last 3 bags. So I really lucked out because this is Uber Eats. And if I would have gotten just 2 bags instead of 3, high probability I wouldn't have gotten all the money. Now we're going to be going 10 minutes, 3.8 miles. We're going to be going to a house. It's going to be a leave at the door, and I have a gate code. The last time I was at that PetSmart, I was stuck in front of somebody who was trying to get a refund on something that wasn't purchased at that store. It was at a completely different store. And so everything was being held up by this one customer. And today, waiting in that line, a similar thing was happening where this person had a million different questions and they had already been rung up and they were still not leaving. They still had a bunch of other things they wanted the employee to do. And finally, a second checker opened up, and because the person in front of me already put their stuff, it was like a bunch of cans of cat food, they had already put it on the conveyor belt. I was helped next, so that sped things up. And nothing else really happened inside of there. That was pretty much the gist of my shopping experience. And the cat pellets I wanted, I went to the cat litter section. And I slowly walked across the entire lane of all the different types of cat litter. And of course, the one I was looking for was at the very end of the aisle of where I was slowly walking trying to find it. And it was shoved in the back where you couldn't even see it. I just said, "What is this?" And it was all dusty and filthy. And I pulled it forward, and I just pulled it forward enough to get to the barcode. And I wasn't even sure if that was the product. I just took my phone and scanned the barcode on the back of this dusty, dirty bag. And it went through, and I said, "Oh, this must be it. Load up." After I drop off these 3 bags of cat pellets, I'm just going to head back towards home and wait for the next one. I still have the app open and ready to take other offers, but right now it's been quiet. Because I didn't get a lot of sleep, I was going to take the day off and not do anything as far as delivering. But I said, let me drink a cup of coffee, of iced coffee, and see how I feel. And I did my shopping this morning, so that helped to kind of wake me up a little bit, although I was still kind of in a sour mood because of the lack of sleep. But you know how coffee is, it kind of it's like a drug. takes away a lot of the pain. It's a good pain reliever, I have to say that. I've only been drinking coffee for probably for the last 8 months. So I've only recently started drinking coffee. My whole life, I've never had any significant amounts of coffee because I've always thought, it always kind of bothered my stomach to drink it. And I had no idea that the reason why it was causing my stomach problems was because it was Starbucks coffee, which is very strong. And what I needed is a really mild coffee, which is why I have these, I have Folgers instant coffee, which is mild on my stomach and gives me just enough caffeine to get the hit without being all jittery and effed up. When I was younger, I didn't even need any caffeine. I used to always wake up wide awake and refreshed and sleep really well. But now that I'm in my late 50s, every day I always feel the same way. I always feel kind of meh. Body kind of achy. There's always something that feels like not quite right. And as far as energy, there's always energy in the morning, and then it starts to drop real fast. When I think about the younger version of myself versus the version I am now, it's like I'm completely two different people when you think about it. Although I have all these memories of being younger, it's like I'm not even that person. It's really weird to become this late 50-year-old version of myself where you become more irritated by so many more things than you did before. And I think it's just because you're more aware of situations than you were before. You know, when you're younger, you're much more optimistic about life and you're much more curious about things. But when you get older, that sense of wonder of the world, it starts to wear thin. And after a while, you're just like, okay, I know the drill. Let's just get this done. Let's get this job out of the way so I can move on. That's just the unfortunate part about getting older. You start to lose that wonder, that wow, look, I'm in the world. You know, when you're a kid and you can't wait to grow up, you're like, I can't wait to grow up and be a part of the world that's going to be so amazing. And then it all happens, and yes, it's amazing in the beginning. And then as the decades go by, you're like, okay, I'm over it. What else? What's next? I used to have fantasies that I'd be more like an Indiana Jones type person. I'd go on all these archaeological discoveries, and I'd be in these dangerous situations, you know, be on these adventures, and stuff would be happening. But the real world doesn't function like that in terms of your body. Your body gives you limitations on what you actually can do. It's not a situation where you're young going on these adventures. This is why in the military they want people that are young, because your body has to be able to sustain you when you're going through these experiences, whether they're physically demanding or emotionally taxing. And when you're older, you can't take either. You can't handle too much emotional stress, and you can't handle too much physical stress. You're kind of in this state where your brain is just like, okay, I'm very knowledgeable, but my body's telling me take it easy, or you're going to exit this world much quicker than you think. All right, now that I'm getting closer to the drop-off, I'm getting a lot of offers coming in, and this is the worst time to be getting these offers because I want to get prepared for the drop-off, and they know that. That's the thing. They know that you're distracted. That's what I don't like about these apps sometimes, their strategy of how they pressure you to take offers. Time to say no, stop accepting requests, stop accepting new requests. That's done. I almost accepted an offer to shop at Target for 10 items for $12, but it was 8 miles. 2 miles too many. I've been enjoying making my videos now that I have learned more about the video editing app that I'm using. I'm having more fun with the features and how to set things up. No problem with that drop off. Easy to find the house. Easy to get to the front door. Now it's time to make my way back home. Let me unpause my DoorDash. Based on how busy it is, I'm guessing I'm going to get something before I get back home. I've got about maybe three miles. I got to go maybe 4 before I get back home. So at the rate offers are coming in, I got to get something that's $10. Currently I have 7 miles on the car. I'm getting 60 miles to the gallon. And it's 108 degrees at 10:24 a.m. My poor car. It's like, why are you doing this to me? It's too hot. I'm glad I'm getting an early start. I normally go to the market today at around 9 o'clock, but I decided to go early, an hour early, so that way I could get on the road and get this part of my day done. I'll try to do the same thing tomorrow, only even earlier. I'm going to try to start at, I guess, 7:30 in the morning and see if I can get that $20 in my pocket before it gets too hot. I figure if I can do this 5 days a week and get $20, that's $100 a week. That's pretty good. It's like, well, I'll get $400 every month, and then that's going to be, well, that's going to be like $2,000, I think, by the end of the year. And I'm supposed to not exceed $1,500, so maybe by December I'll take December off and not do any delivering. And maybe I'll have enough videos just built up at that point where I can schedule my videos out for you guys to watch during December. Right now if I'm doing 5 videos every week and then I'm putting out a video every other day, that's only, what is that? That's like 3.5 videos that I'm putting out every week, but I'm making 5, so I should be building up more content for when I'm not working. I notice when it gets hot like this, people get extra rude on the road. A lot more cutting off when you're driving, a lot more honking, because people are just, I don't know what it is, but the heat just makes people more upset easily unnerved. This probably also has to do with they're not sleeping well, if it's so hot at night. And I'm sure now they're all getting their really high electric bill, so that's irritating them too. I know some people here, their electric bill for their houses can be $400 to $500, even $600 a month to pay for their electricity, especially if they have a big house. I tried to go back to sleep after I woke up at midnight, and finally I started to drift off to sleep at around 4 a.m. And my dog made sure I got right back up at 5 a.m. to take her for a walk. She was like, "You're not going to skip my walk, you better wake up." And she got me out of that bed real quick. I'm like, okay, let's go for that walk, let's get the work out of the way. For some reason, my dog has changed her eating patterns. She used to like to eat first thing in the morning and then go for the walk. Now, she doesn't want the food first thing in the morning. She wants to walk first, and then she wants the food. So now I'm just reversing it. That dog tells me how she wants her routine. I just like try to pay attention to her behavior and adapt. I'm like, okay, so you seem to not want this, so let's try that. Even when it comes to food, this dog, I have to have like 8 different flavors of dog food, so that because this dog gets tired of the same thing every day. I got the next offer from Uber Eats. I'm going to go to Albertsons and shop for 8 items, 9 units. I'm going to be getting paid $13.23 for 4 miles. I was at home for an extremely long time, 90 minutes, waiting for a decent offer. I actually paused the app just to have lunch because it didn't seem like anything was ever going to come in. There was an offer for $10, 4 miles to shop at home for just 1 item. That came in really early in the day when I got back home. And I didn't take it because I thought it was going to be something heavy, you know, like a full-length mirror or patio furniture or something like that. So I thought surely something better is going to come along, and it was almost over an hour later that this offer came in. There was one big offer to shop at Aldi's for I think it was like 40-something items, driving 12 miles for $65. That just sounded like way too much work for me to handle, so I passed on that one. So Some other hard-working delivery driver, I'm sure, was very excited about that one. This should complete my day. And if everything works out, I'll have over $25 in my pocket. I am so full right now. I took out of the freezer some leftover Panda Express that I bought on Monday, and then I couldn't finish it, so I froze it and then thawed it out today. And it was so much food I couldn't even finish it. I was gonna have my lunch after I finished today, but I didn't know when I was gonna get my next order, so I just turned the app off, had my lunch, and the moment I turned the app on, it wasn't more than 60 seconds that I got this offer. So now I feel full and sleepy, and now I've got to do this shopping order. Let's see what I'm shopping for. Chicken patties, ice cream, a lot of frozen stuff, a pack of Fiji water, another quart of Fiji water, and some eggs. It doesn't look too heavy. That's like 1 6-pack of bottled waters. That's kind of heavy, and then the quart. Sometimes I just try to think, am I going to have to make multiple trips for my car to drop this off? I try to take it all in one trip, especially if it's an apartment delivery. Temperature now is 109 degrees. I currently have like 11.5 miles on the car, getting 51 miles to the gallon. An add-on, $1.72 for 2.5 miles shopping at Albertsons. Tomorrow morning I've got to check the tire pressure in my car. Because we have such high temperatures here, the tires lose a lot of air pressure overnight. So I was actually supposed to do that this morning, but I was so tired from not getting enough sleep, I forgot to do it. I'll take care of it tomorrow. I have one of those tire inflation gadgets in my trunk. I'll just pop that out and get those tires back to the correct tire pressure. The last time I was at this Albertsons, I had a problem with the code. You know how there's like a code? Oh, the sun's too bright. I can't put my sunglasses up. You know that you get a code to scan when you're at the checkout? Well, the code didn't work last time after I did all my shopping, and I couldn't get it to go through. And I was so mad I stopped doing all shopping orders that involved scanning that code. But it's been a while now, so I'm going to give it another shot and see if, hopefully it works out. It's worked out so far at other locations that I've done shopping at, like at Vons, but I haven't been to an Albertsons in a really long time. Since it's only 8 items, I think I'm going to be in good shape, and I guess if it doesn't work out, I'm just going to call it and go home. Just call it a day. That's the sad thing about when you do stuff on Uber Eats. If you can't complete the order for whatever reason, you don't get any money. And on DoorDash, at least if there's a technical glitch or whatever, they'll give you half the money for your troubles if they somehow say that there's no way for you to complete it, and it's I way over 8. I was trying to finish the Panda, but there was too much, and I had to just throw part of it in the trash. I was like, I can't finish all this, and I got already plans for dinner tonight, so there was no point in saving leftovers for another day. I'm going to be waddling through that grocery store. I'm so full. Temperature now 110. Gosh, it's so hot. I should be done by now. I was really hoping I'd be done by noon. Now I won't be home until probably 12:45. That's the way it goes. I'm sure by the time I'm making my way back home, it'll be 115. I'm really surprised this dash camera can still keep recording when the heat is this bad. I think when I park in the parking lot, I'm going to take the dash camera off of the windshield and hide it somewhere in the shade of the car so the sun doesn't bake it. The sun is really powerful right now. I'll just drop it in my delivery box. It'll be shaded in there. My gosh, there's a guy jogging and it's 110. People are so crazy. And I think he was rucking. He put all these heavy things in his backpack and he's jogging like he's gonna really stay in shape, exercising in this kind of heat.
in this big orange bag. Set the eggs on top. Alright.
That wasn't too bad. We're going just 0.5 miles, 2 minutes. We're going to a house. It's going to be a leave at the door, knock door. Yeah, everything was fine with the shopping. I don't recall having any issues with anything. I had to take a picture of the eggs and show that it wasn't expired. That was about it. The code worked just fine for the payment of the order, which was great. It's always tough delivering ice cream because you're always worried it's going to melt. Luckily, this customer is really close to Albertson's. They were just like a half a mile from the store, so everything should work out fine. I'm sure even they're anxious for me to get there so they can get their ice cream in the freezer. Alright, all delivered. I knocked on the door. We're good. Let's just hope I get the tip. Just never know. This community has some serious speed bumps. Whew. I guess everything worked out fine on that one. Temperature is 110. I got right now 14 miles on the car. By the time I get back home, I'll probably have about 19 miles on the car, so I'm about 4 miles over my limit as far as the number of miles I wanted to put on the car. But it's all good. The main thing is that I got the cash that I wanted to get, and I didn't put on too many more miles than what I wanted to do for the day. All in all, not too bad. I mean, for a Saturday, not too bad. Tomorrow should be really easy. Sundays, normally, most delivery drivers don't want to work on a Sunday. And that's usually when I make my 20 bucks really fast. All right, everybody. Well, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again on the next one. Take care. Bye for now.